Well, Eddie and Kylie and I decided to make a family affair out of coming to pick up the packer. Eddie got it all hooked up, but if you notice, down here, the tire came off the rim. We drove from just in front of where that tractor is to here, and it came off the rim. So now I'm not sure what's going on.
This video is sponsored by Major Dairy AI Services Limited.
I think Eddie is getting the tire off to bring it in the tire shop. But now we got stuck here. Maybe Uncle Dave will let us use his truck.
That, you want to make sure it's set up in a way
that it can't slip off.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it is to me, but I assume you know what you're doing.
Wow. We're not on perfectly level ground, but it doesn't look like it's going to kick out, I don't think. And if it did, what's going to happen is this hub will be the last thing that hits the ground. It's not like this is going to smush right to the ground. Right? So you got to think and be like, if that kicks out, what's going to happen? So once this tire's off, I'll show you what you don't want to do. What you don't want to do, go stick your head under there.
Right.
Or your foot. If
or
that
any
kicks
part of your
out
body.
or fails, I'm going to have to pump it up higher when we get back because this tire will be blowing us a lot more.
Right. Was he using his truck?
Yeah, he's going to Kitchener. Always good to have a farm car.
We can just leave this here now?
Yeah.
Guess we have to.
Yeah, let's get in the car. Okay, come on, we're going in the car.
Did you just wreck that?
Hopefully that was already like that.
Okay, so it's the next day now. Yesterday, after we took the tire off the packer, by we, I mean Eddie, we dropped it off at a tire shop right across the road from us. We're super fortunate that way. Then we went, had lunch, and then Eddie went and picked it up. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get any more video because I had to go, or I got the honor of going to watch a little play our kids did yesterday. So I had to take my phone with me, and sometimes Eddie will take my phone and record with my phone. But we need to figure out a better system for Eddie getting some footage for you guys. Anyway, so he went and got the tire on the packer, parked it at our place. Then he went to go pick up a tillage unit to start tilling the field that they're going to plant in tonight, and then he's going to pack it. So we're going to go see what he's up to now, and he's not feeling good, so I just picked up all the man-cold things, his coffee, and we'll bring that over to him. So we're at our neighbor's place. We rent land from them. They're the ones that did all the excavating for our barn build, and Eddie's tilling up the land here, and they have this awesome little pond. So I'm going down to the pond. Eddie said I'll meet you by the pond. Hopefully you feel good enough after all
it'll
this.
keep me going.
Are you going to be able to plant, do you think?
I'm hoping. I want to till it, open everything up. That'll help it air out today very quickly. I opened up all these little dark spots last night. There's a few springs in these fields because it's not tiled. So that's got to air out. You kind of want to be able to seed into everything because if it's a hay field, it's going to be like that for 3 years. So if I have to wait, then maybe we'll wait till next week for those springs to dry out. But if it's good enough this afternoon to go over it again with the cultivator and then the seed drill, around 5 or 6 this evening, then that's what we'll do.
Turn around down there, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, like on the grass?
Yeah, it's dry enough.
Okay.
You won't make a mess.
Okay.
Have you ever been down there?
I've been down there.
Oh. Anyways, I should get going.
Okay.
My plan is, I got that little field done in about 25 minutes.
Okay.
This one will probably take an hour. That one might take an hour.
Okay. So some of you have asked if I do any of the field work, and it's time to confess, I do not. Eddie and I were talking yesterday about changing that. He said packing would be a good job for me to get started on, but he's not going to start packing tonight till like probably 6 or so, if they plant. So then I'm with the kids, and he doesn't want to teach me when all the kids are in the cab, obviously. Well, maybe some people do that, but I feel like that would just be too much. So you guys know I did not grow up on a farm. I did ride horses, and I did drive a little tractor for like mucking out stalls and bringing the tractor to the manure pile, but that's as far as I didn't do it well, and like even the lawnmower, like when Eddie and I were dating, I tried cutting the lawn at his parents' place once to help him out, but I knocked into a tree, and then I was like, nope, that's it, not doing it. So he cuts the lawn. A lot of farm wives cut the lawn, I noticed. I don't know if that's something I'll ever get into, but probably if I'm going to be in a tractor, he's going to be like, oh, you can cut the lawn. That's one of my fears of learning to drive tractor, is then I can do it, so then you get asked to do it. But right now how we function is when he's in the tractor, I'm in the barn doing more of the chores, because I can do pretty much everything in the barn aside from feeding. So that's what we do. That's how we operate it. When he needs to be in the field, then it's my job to be in the barn helping that way. So now I'm going home. I guess I could have asked him to teach me how to drive a tractor right now, but I didn't think of that. I don't know if he would have been in the mood for it. And I don't know if I want to be locked in a cab with him because he's so sick. No, seriously, he's not feeling good. So it's Sunday now. I last spoke to you on Friday when Eddie was tilling that field. I'm pointing to it, you can't see it. And I'll just give you an update. Unfortunately, we didn't get it on camera. It was busy, and I was busy in the barn and with the kids, and then they were working till 2 in the morning, so couldn't have got it on camera anyway because it was too dark. But he did get the new seating in and packed before it rained all morning yesterday, and then there was a downpour again today, so that is amazing. And I'm gonna head over to the barn Sunday evening. Eddie just went there for chores and said, hey, do you want to bring the camera and I can answer some questions that we've had on some of our videos and kind of go with that. I have the night off chores, hanging out with the kids there on the trampoline, so we'll just give you guys an update. I can't find him. Maybe he's not even in the dairy barn yet. I'm gonna go check the heifer barn.
You're talking to myself.
Found him.
I almost started talking out loud. I thought I was alone.
You do that sometimes, eh?
I do.
Noticed that lately.
I don't know if that's
I've caught you doing that
a good thing to admit or not.
Were you planning to do this?
I was, and I forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing like having them nicely bedded and
Yeah, it does look
going
nice.
in the evening knowing they're taken care of as good as possible. And you start to figure out when you pay bills that straw is a little cheaper than drugs.
Then what?
Drugs.
Drugs, yeah. Okay, so now it's the next day because life and kids, the kids needed me, so didn't do that. But now I'm here with Eddie and he's going to answer some of the questions.
So last week on Friday we got in the fields. I think Friday was the 26th of April. We got to the neighbors, a neighbor of mine that does excavating. He actually did the excavating for the barn. We got new seeding in there, so that's alfalfa and grass seed, and then we kind of underseed it with peas and oats. So peas and oats is what we'll harvest this year, and then next year it'll be alfalfa and grass seed. So we got that in on Friday. Yeah, so Friday basically got in the field at 9:30 in the morning. And me and a buddy of mine that does the seeding, we didn't get done till almost 2 in the morning Saturday. But that's done. Then we got rain all day Saturday and a bit on Sunday, so that was great to have that done. So now we just have a cornfield to put in. So a few videos back, we had a comment from somebody wondering about a few things on the farm, about breeding, like how much beef we use in our cows and how we decide who to breed the beef. And they were asking about, I think, changes on the farm or goals or what's going on in the future. So with the breeding, we do breed some beef to the cows and the heifers. But right now, since we need to build up our heifer inventory, because we didn't end up with a lot of heifer replacements when we started here for the first couple of years, we just didn't have very many because my brother Dave ended up with most of the heifers that we had from the original farm. Only time we're breeding beef is if we can't get a cow or a heifer pregnant on maybe the 4th, 5th service, then we'll try beef. The only reason we're trying that is because the beef that we're using is high fertility beef, semen, so we feel like maybe the cows or the heifers will catch easier. And as soon as we try beef for 1 or 2 services and we can't get the heifer or the cow pregnant, then we will sell them because we're just not getting them pregnant. So that is where we're using beef, and that is ending up giving us about 1 beef calf per month. So it's hardly anything. So the odd time we have 1 beef calf, the next month we have all Holstein calves, the month after that we might have 2 beef calves. So it's kind of inconsistent, but it's averaging to be about 1 beef calf per month. But we do have a goal of using beef on maybe low quality, like low classification type of animals, low type animals, using beef on them rather than just going with animals that can't get pregnant. And just more using that on the low quality cows, and then maybe ending up with more like 2 or 3 beef animals per month, and 3 or 4 heifers, and then a few just conventional Holstein bulls with conventional breeding. So that's kind of our goal with the breeding now and in the future. So then any changes on the farm that we're thinking of doing in the next year or 5 years, there's really not very much because we've spent enough money building this barn. We're set up very well with what we have. We have enough land, along with the rented land that we have. So the only thing we're thinking about doing in the next couple of weeks is expanding our gravel yard. To some people, maybe that's not a big deal, but to me and Lauren, having more gravel space, first of all, is a big investment because it costs a lot of money to get an excavator in, bring gravel in, pack it in place, and then maintaining that yard to keep it nice. But we need it for our feed storage. We'd like it for feed storage, big trucks turning around, stuff like that. We need lots of room for the milk truck. We do always do a little bit of cash cropping, so the guy that does the combining ends up coming in with tractor trailers, so it's nice to have the room. But anyways, the main thing is for bags to put on gravel. And for us, considering we own the baggers, that is the cheapest way to store feed for us, and we like feeding out of the bags, so expanding our feed yard a little bit is going to be a big benefit, so we're looking forward to doing that. When you start on a new farm site like we did and you have no investment in yard space, you really appreciate the yard space you have and the money we put into yard space so far. We really appreciate it, but it's going to take years, probably a decade or 2, to build the yard space up to the amount that we want to see on this farm, because the more gravel space you have, you just really appreciate it, but it takes a lot of time and money to invest in that. So that's what we're going to work on in the next couple of weeks, and we'll get videos of that and show you guys. Anything else that's going on in the future is probably just going to be small little concrete jobs here and there, maybe a little more yard space, updating a piece of equipment every once in a while. We'll keep you guys up to date with that stuff as the years go on, but that would probably be the type of things that we're going to do in the next 5 years.
want to tell you about the snow guard saga. If you've been following along for a while, you may remember last winter when we had a giant snowfall and a ton of snow slid down the roof of the dairy barn and crushed a super hutch. Thankfully, no animals or people were harmed. Now fast forward a year and a half, and Eddy is finally finishing up installing the snow guards that have been sitting in the yard for as long. I have to admit that Eddy and I are huge procrastinators.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.